No, Drakis, you're not winning, brother. Hamzat going to smash you, my boy. Hamzat going to smash you because I love Hamzat and I'm gay for Hamzat Chimaev.
You know what? If you're gay for Hamzat, I'm gay for DDP. The UFC 319 press conference just took place, and it was mid. But I'm not here to rant about the MMA media like I usually do. I just want to talk about certain things. And then, of course, I'm going to give my sort of final thoughts on UFC 319 because it's coming and you guys seem to be excited, just like Khamzat Chimaev is excited. So anyways, let's get into it. Just to say this flat out, the press conference was extremely short and the questions sucked. But Dricus du Plessis, let's talk about this. This was the biggest thing to come out of this press conference. He was booed like he was some kind of supervillain. I mean, this guy, I've never seen him get this kind of reception before. Dricus is usually, it's a bit, usually, okay, when he was in Australia, I think they cheered for Adesanya over him. It was a bit 50-50, but I think a lot of people, it was more 50-50, right? Strickland was cheered pretty heavily. This was bad. This was no 50-50. He was booed. Now, what's funny, I'm not even joking when I say this. The one guy I saw cheering Dricus du Plessis really hard and was like, let's go DDP, and he was chanting like, DDP, DDP. He was a black guy.
Said he doesn't care about the belt.
Shout out to him, I guess. So, yeah, I told you guys Dricus was black, but all jokes aside, yeah, DDP was booed like I have never seen. That's why I titled this video, Khamzat Chimaev fans have hijacked this press conference, because it was to the point where it was just DDP would sit there for like a whole minute and the crowd was just boo. Now, obviously, they died down a little bit and it kind of felt like DDP was trying to force them to boo, and it just got almost a little bit awkward, or it was just like, all right, they don't really want to boo anymore because they're just out of breath, or I don't know. All the cocksucking for Chimaev, they just have no more air left. But yeah, they were just booing the crap out of DDP, and he was kind of soaking it in. And no offense, but you can kind of tell who are the Chimaev fans in the crowd. You even had some fans that had like a fake Khamzat Chimaev beard. I thought it was real. I'm like, bro, you just got fans with giant Khamzat Chimaev beards, but they were like, I guess they sell fake Khamzat beards. I've never seen that before. I'm not sure, but that's really interesting. I guess Kenny Okoye will probably buy one and hang it on his fucking wall, but nonetheless, they were booing the crap out of DDP. It was really surprising because it's not like he's been talking a lot of crap throughout this buildup. He's been pretty cordial. He's been pretty respectful. I don't really understand this, but it is what it is. Aaron Pico was booed so much. I don't know if it was because he's an outsider or he's a Bellator guy, but I got to say, and he was booed, and it wasn't as bad as DDP's, but I got to say, Aaron Pico just doesn't have any personality whatsoever. He just, when he talks, he kind of stumbles on his words. I don't know if it's nerves or what, but when he talks, he kind of stumbles on his words. He's just a little bit, he looks cool, he kind of looks like Pedro Pascal, I guess. So maybe he doesn't look that good, but he looks all right. He's got a cool 3-piece suit on, but the guy is just awkward as crap. You can look as cool as you want, but you ain't got the personality of Volkanovski, little bro. Sit your ass down, little bro. You ain't got Volk's personality. But seriously, though, man, he was booed as well. And I am picking him to win, and we're going to get to, Lerone Murphy, but I am picking Aaron Pico to win. There is a fear, though, about the nerves, because he did seem kind of nervous, or whatever the case may be. He can't talk to save his life, but Lerone Murphy's another guy who just can't talk to save his life. He got a little bit of cheers. Lerone Murphy, one of the most boring fighters on planet Earth, was getting any kind of reaction. I just can't even believe it. I'm not really sure what was up with the crowd, if they just all snorted cocaine collectively or what. But, most of them were probably Bilal Muhammad fans, because I didn't even mention this. But when Bilal Muhammad said, Dricus is not allowed in Chicago, and we all kind of clowned him, and then now, he goes to Chicago, and he's just getting booed out the building. Maybe Bilal Muhammad does have motion in the O. Maybe he does have motion in O Block. I'm not sure, or Chirac. I'm not sure, but Bilal Muhammad, maybe he's got more motion than a guy like King Vaughn, to where he can demand the fans to boo DDP, and they fucking did it. I'm not sure, but the Bilal Muhammads and the Khamzat Chimaev, the fans of those guys, it seems like they kind of, I don't know, I'm just saying, but let's get back to Lerone Murphy. Sorry for that little side tangent. You guys don't mind it, though. Lerone Murphy looked like a fucking zombie. This guy, His cheeks were sunken in. His eyes looked like a ninja turtle. Ninja turtle. I didn't say the other word that starts with an N. He looked like a ninja turtle. And I just, like, everyone else looked like normal, just like healthy, hydrated. They were talking normally. Even Drickus, Khamzat, two guys that are known to cut a lot of weight, look completely fine. Lerone Murphy looked like a fucking zombie. I just don't understand. Like, and again, I picked Aaron Pico, and it's kind of like confirming my pick a little bit, hopefully at least, because I don't know, man. If Aaron Pico touches that freaking dehydrated Lerone Murphy soy chin, he might go out, or he might at least get dropped very badly. We saw Dan Ige drop him, but nonetheless, he looked so dehydrated, it really bothered me. Khamzat's training partner, Sukarayev, I don't know how you say his name. His opponent actually said something about, like, yeah, you may be Khamzat's friend, but you're just Khamzat's butt buddy or some shit. He said, you're not Khamzat Chimaev, you're just Khamzat's butt buddy is what I believe he said. That was a really surprisingly funny line. But then, of course, this Sukarayev, I don't know how you say his name, I'm sorry, it's so convoluted, but Khamzat's training partner, Sukarayev, he was just like, I can go through smash you, brother, and hopefully he wins, though. He seems like he's Khamzat's training partner. He's got a bit of hype. This is a short notice fight, which, by the way, Bobby Green versus Carlos Diego Ferreira is not on the card anymore, so it is what it is about that. It's pretty sad. But, yeah, so this guy, he seems to have a little bit of personality. He can't speak English, but, it is what it is. We none of us can speak English, really. So that was it for the press conference. It was shit. Now let's get to the heights. So DDP, Khamzat Chimaev, they were the same height. Honestly, I'm not sure if this was just like, I don't know, like all these guys, they talked about the body language and the height difference and blah, 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 blah. And these Khamzat fans, whoa, he mogged him and this guy mogged that. They were the same height. Now, obviously, maybe DDP was wearing thicker shoes or something. I'm not sure. But even if he was barefoot, the height discrepancy is not that much for you guys to make it seem, well, he's way taller than him, bro. And I want to say this, and I said this in my other video, like, of course he's taller than him. Everyone knows Khamzat was going to be taller than DDP. The whole argument was that DDP is thicker. He's got a thicker ass. He's got thicker legs. Pause. No diddy on that one, but he's just a thicker human being. So yes, they were pretty much the same height. Again, I don't know if DDP was wearing lifts, but it's not that big of a size discrepancy. And DDP looked, I don't understand. Like, they're the same size, and I do think DDP will be thicker and will be stronger and bigger on fight night. And you want to talk about body language expertise, I think DDP kind of mogged Khamzat, because Khamzat, the meme where the guy's doing like the, that kind of face and then the other guy's like yapping to him. It kind of reminded me of that where Khamzat was just like yapping at DDP. The security was holding him back and stuff. And DDP was just standing there with his belt and just like looking at him. Like DDP was kind of like aura-farbing a little bit. I kind of liked it. So, and then Khamzat screams Allahu Akbar, and then the entire building just explodes. Now, my final thoughts before we get into UFC 319. I'm still, of course, going to stick with all of my picks. I mean, you literally, that's like illegal. You can't change your picks, of course, but I'm sticking with my guns here. I still believe, even after all this buildup, even after all the mogging, even after all the, he's taller than this guy, but he mogged him. I don't care about any of that. DDP, and still, he's going to win. So overall, this has been a super fun fight week. I've pretty much done a video a day on this entire situation on Khamzat and DDP because, you guys seem to be enjoying it. The views do help. But no, seriously though, man, like I just, this fight is a legitimate super fight. Apparently as well, the press conference had 100,000 like live viewers, more than any other press conference this year. That's insanity. That's really, really insane. So that's awesome. Like, honestly, that's just, I don't know what else to say. Khamzat and DDP, the fight of the year. We're counting down the days. And I will say this as well. DDP didn't really talk as much trash as I thought, but I don't think there weren't that many openings the way there were for like the Adesanya fight and the Whitaker fight. So maybe that was it. I'm not sure. Maybe he thought Chimaev wouldn't understand what he was saying. Maybe the booing got in his head. I don't know, but there wasn't as much trash talk as I kind of hoped for, as we all kind of hoped for. So that was a little bit underwhelming. But it is what it is. And still, like and sub, comment, share, subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Let's go South Africa. I'm not from South Africa, but I'm going to pretend like I am. Let's go DDP. Peace. And still.